So, boys, um, the new Crashmaster has entered the building. That is the nickname I will give to the new assassin build. And here's why. You'll see a video playing in the background of me doing some bell runs the other day. And clearly, the devs have not tested this on old gen. It's legitimately now physically impossible to play with an assassin that uses this build, because it'll crash the game like 9 out of 10 times. So what happens is kind of what used to happen back in the day when the game came out the first time around. Before D2R, we used to call necromancers who were used summonings. We used to call them Crashmasters because they would crash the servers, right? Especially if there was more than one, which is still a factor today. So if you do a cow run, 8-player cow run, and there's like 2 summons in there, and they go crazy with the summons, you just need like 1 Javison or 1 lightning sword or something else, and it will literally crash the game every goddamn time. So if the devs have truly tested this shit and truly tried it out on old gen as well as new gen, and let me just make this perfectly clear right now, I am playing on an older gen and a PlayStation 4, but it's an upgraded PlayStation 4, so I got the Samsung T7 SSD 1 TB hard drive, or SSD it is, but that makes the game run much smoother and faster, right? So before I used that, it would take me like 45 seconds from the point of me pressing create a game to I was loaded into that game. With that hard drive, it now only takes roughly 5 to 6 seconds to create a game. And I am playing on a 1000 connection, so the internet is absolutely god tier. But that being the case, it doesn't matter. It crashes my game constantly. It makes it so unbearably laggy that you can. I gave up on even trying to like just look at it, right? Like if I'm looking at it, it starts crashing the game out completely every fucking time. It's so laggy. And there's no way in a million years that devs have done any kind of testing on this. On older gens, they have gotten some nice ass PCs and they tested it and they've been like, yeah, it's fine, send it. Which is the common denominator nowadays for any Activision game. It's just extremely poorly made in terms of stability, in terms of having things run smooth. It doesn't matter if it's Call of Duty or if it's Diablo or if it's even Diablo 3 is the same. When I played Season 24 in Diablo 3, it was terrible. It would crash the game every second game playing on my Fire Wizard. It was literally unbearable. You could not play it. You played a Rift 150 and you didn't actually know if you completed it yet, because a lot of times it would be completely stuck for like 3 or 4 minutes where there would the screen was just stuck. You had no clue if you were dead, alive, if you killed everything or whatever was going on. And that is the same issue we're having right now. That assassin build, that new build, although I really appreciate them putting in stuff that gives you an ability to do new stuff and new things with builds that we haven't been able to use before because they simply weren't performing at all. I do feel like it's a good move in terms of creating new stuff, right? But the problem being that nobody takes the time to test anything, and it's a 20-year-old game. How the fuck is it still running like this? Look in the background, how it's lacking. How are we at a much higher performance level for the rigs we are playing on, right? Like the console has way more power than my old PC had back in the day when I was playing this game the first time around, right? Like this is unacceptable. And as with Call of Duty and anything else, the common denominator here is Activision. If it has an Activision stamp, you better believe they don't fucking test it. You better believe they don't give a fuck about the game. All they really give a fuck about is making money, right? So that's why they're handing out the rumors to the YouTubers so they can make it. So the devs don't have to make shit. That's why they're doing all these things that aren't helping the game a bunch. It's only holding your hand. If it's Terra Zones or whatever it is, it's holding your hand so you don't have to think for yourself. So you can just run through everything. The same goes for Thunder Jump. Same goes for all these things are all just so you can play the game without having to learn the game. So you can just jump in and you can just do everything and you don't have to think, right? And I feel like it's just piss poor. That's what it is. It's so fucking poorly made. I'm really unhappy about this. It's ruining the game. They need to fix this shit immediately. And they need to sit down and literally take a really hard look into the mirror and ask themselves if they want to continue being a gaming company or if they want to be a bank or a money company. Because if it's the money company, then I'm out, man. This is just unacceptable. So that's how I feel about this. This is my opinion on this. And honestly, Blizzard, fix it. Do something. This is so obviously bad. Like, it's just impossible. So please do something. Thank you. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys agree with me.